Scrapbookers, it's the Nifty Scrapbooker here. I just wanted to let you know that last episode we had was Scrapbooking Children Part 1. Now we're going to be doing Scrapbooking Children Part 2. And today we're going to focus on Scrapbooking Boys. The next episode that in this series will be Scrapbooking Children Part 3, and it will be Scrapbooking Girls. But in between, we have the 4th of July. So we're going to celebrate that with a wonderful Americana 4th of July scrapbook layout. So let's get busy and ready to scrapbook boys. Hey, welcome back to the Nifty Scrapbooker. We're scrapbooking boys today. What I love about Kiwi Lane is that you can lay out your design before you even pick your papers. So I picked my background paper here today. It's kind of an off-white. And I've picked this Paisley Place. And so what I'm doing is I'm laying this one about 1 inch down from that piece. I'm sticking the other one right to the edge. You can see they overlap a little bit. And then when I put my third template down, you can see how I've kind of laid out the top of my page. So that's great to be able to do that before you cut. Now what I've done is I've used these 3 layouts, these 3 templates of Paisley Place. I've cut them out. I have gone ahead and edged them with my ink, and I've glued them together. So here we have that piece. Now you could set this piece and do it sideways. You could do it on the bottom. You could do it on the right side. Today I'm choosing to do it on the top. And that's going to be the top of my layout. Now when choosing papers, that's probably what takes me the most time out of anything I do, is choosing the right papers. I knew I was doing a boy layout. I know my son loves nature and animals and dinosaurs and all those kind of things. So I picked a nice bold stripe, and I pulled the colors out of this stripe to create the rest of my colors in my layout. So what I did is I chose a green, as you can see here, and brought the solid in. Solid green here. And then, if you buy paper packs, sometimes they have coordinating papers. This one did. So as you see, here's the brown in this one, here's the green, here's the purple, and it's a leaf motif. So outdoor adventure leaves kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply put our glue down on our border here. And we're going to put this down on our page. Now we're just going to take that right up to the very tippy top and lay that down. Now remember what I said I like to do? I like to sometimes flip it over and rub really good. Make sure that that design is down on our paper. And there we go. There's our neat design at the top of the paper. Now I've chosen several things to add to this paper. I have my photographs. As you can see, I have a creek here. This layout is going to be called Picking Berries. And so I've already edged my photograph. This time, instead of doing a thin border, I did a thicker border. And it is a 1/4 inch border all the way around. So when you do that, you need to take your paper, and I did a 4x6 piece of paper, as I showed you how to lay out your photo mats. We're just going to lay that down there. And then I cut my picture a 1/2 inch shorter on 2 sides. That makes it a 1/4 inch all the way around. So here we have our background paper. Here we have the picture of my son. We're just going to put some glue on this one and get this fastened down on this paper. Lickety split. There we go. And get that border on there. Awesome. And I just kind of center it right in the center. Now we're going to be placing this one simply lower, because we have something we're going to do up here, and we're going to put the title at the bottom of the page. So we're going to have an accent leaf here and our title down here. So I know kind of what I'm doing. So we're going to take this photograph, we're going to go ahead and take our glue and put it on. And we're just going to tack it on, not all the way down, just kind of enough room, and kind of center it there. And as you see, if you keep with the 4x4 background and the 4x6, see I have about a 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch here, and a 1/4 inch here. So it creates a nice layout. and it looks uniform and organized. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you how to layer die cuts. I'm going to put our picture up there. What I've done here is I've taken three of our colors. I've taken a brown, a purple, and a green. And I've cut them out on my die cut machine. I have a couple die cut machines. This one was done on the Cricut, so I have a Cricut Expression 2. So what we're going to do is this one is designed that you put this down, and we'll put a little bit here on the corner to grab that, a little bit at the top, grab that, and this one's going to be the same size as our template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of mush these together. What that does is it creates the background as the purple, and you can see through the leaf here, you can see the brown underneath. Now this one is much skinnier. This one you're going to have to be a little more careful with, and what you're going to do with this is you're going to lay it so it centers on the design. A little bit here, a little bit of adhesive, there we go. And then, so what we're going to do is this is layering a die cut that you cut out. Some of you might have the Expression 2, an older machine. Some of you might have the Air 2. So that's how you layer a die cut. So that's a great accent piece we're going to put on our paper. So we'll bring our paper back down here. We got our die cut. We'll put some glue on the back of it to make sure it stays down on our paper. That little edge of the leaf there. And we're going to drop it right in here. See how that picks up the colors throughout here? Because we had the greens, the purples, and the browns. And that just looks great right there at the top of our page. So that's our next thing. The next thing we're going to talk about is doing titles on page. Now, sometimes you want to do handwritten titles. Today I'm going to use titling stickers. This is an ABC sticker pack that I got, I think at Walmart. So what we're going to do is we've decided we're going to do picking berries. Now, to create a nice, fun title, you want to pick something that represents this. So this has my son, and if you can see close enough, he has his face all covered in berry juice. So we're going to put picking berries down here so it describes what this page layout is going to be. Okay? And to make it even more a little exciting and fun, what we're going to do is we're going to lay, I'm not even going to measure anything, I'm just going to start slanting my letters. So I'm going to put and as we start laying these stickers down, and it creates, picking berries is a fun thing. This is an activity he did with his grandparents when he was little. He's about, I'd say 2, 3 in this picture. He's much older now, but one of the things I like doing is scrapbooking my children's lives. And having a boy is so much fun because they get into all kinds of stuff and create great layout pages, as this one is. Now there I got my picking there, and see, I just danced them back and forth. Wasn't really picky about how I did it. We're going to come in here with our next word. We're going to lay it underneath and kind of dance it around the page. Make sure you get the little centers out of these characters. All right, B-E. Sometimes you want to kind of have this laid out in advance. There's R and R. Grab another I. Dance it over here. I just had enough eyes from this page. And a lot of times these sticker packs come in more than one. Like I have 2 pages of stickers here. 2 complete sets of alphabets. They do that in case you have a word or a name maybe. Names often have more consonants or vowels in it. So there we go. We have our page picking berries. Now, the next thing we want to do is I'm going to bring our second page of the layout in. As you see here, in this layout, I've already created my border. This time I put the border on the bottom, okay? And I put my leaf accent here. I got my photographs matted. But one thing that's important to do on pages is creating a text box. So a journaling box, some people call it. Text box, if you think about it in a magazine layout or something, they do that kind of thing. So we're going to put a text box right here. I've already cut part of it, and I've layered the dark border print I have here, paper here, the darker purple. I put in a brown border, and this is the little tiny border. I've done the purple, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the green. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take, this is a scrap from the leaf I cut out, and so we're going to just cut that leaf off. And that is going to be our scrap that we don't use. You know, there we go, put that in the trash can. Now we have this extra piece. Now you see it's the same size, so I'm going to lay this here on my cutter here, and this purple piece is actually 2 inches wide, and it's, let's see, it is about 4 inches wide, so 2 by 4. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to come in 1/8 of an inch, so that's 4, so I'm going to cut 3 3/4, cut that off. We had 2, so we're going to do 1 3/4, do a cut there. Oh, I missed that. Let's see here. That's, oh, it's a 1 1/2 border. I didn't measure right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this in a little more and bring this down to 1 1/4. And see there, right there? There we got our journaling box. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Now, I don't like to glue down my final journaling box. Like, I might have the layout, like this layout already done, and it's all ready to glue down on the paper. But what I like to do is I like to write on it, because if I make a mistake on this journaling, I can just pitch it, grab another piece of scrap, cut another box, and there we go. So I'm just going to put in here, let's see. He enjoys picking berries. I'm going to put, he eats more than he saves, as you can see in the picture. So they didn't have much, so we're just going to take this little journaling box, put a little bit of glue on the back of this. We're going to center this on this purple. Now, you know, purple is not usually a boy's color, but in this print pick out, it really sticks out. We're going to bring our page back that we made, and then we're going to tape this down. Our text box, or our journaling box. We're going to put it right up here. Now, I've kind of made it the size, and I've already inked the sides of this, that we're just going to lay it right here. It's the same width as the paper. So we're just going to put that right at the top. Here, we'll put a little more space in between there. Same size. We'll put it the height of this box here, the width of this box here. We'll stick it right there. Remember, we flip it over, rub it down real good, and there you got it. So we got our little journaling box. We got our die cuts that I want to talk to you about. We have our Paisley Place templates here on the bottom, and then we have our stickers that we did for the top. So if you see, put together, this is what the scrapbook page layout will look like. Let me here get my tools out of the way so we can get this into the screen. There we go. And there we go, scrapbooking boys. A boy by the creek side picking berries. So I hope you had a wonderful time looking at this layout. Remember, page layout is important. The other thing you need to remember is coordinating papers. I probably spend more time coordinating papers than even picking out my photographs, because you know what photographs you're going to use, but you don't exactly know what kind of paper you're going to use. So don't forget to tune into my next episode. Remember, we're going to be doing a 4th of July episode, and then after that, the week after that, we're going to be doing Scrapbooking Girls. So we're going to finish up our Scrapbooking Children that way. So we hope to see you next week on The Nifty Scrapbooker.